Hi, I just wanted to come on here and finish this painting for you that we started on Sunday. And so what I'm doing here is adding in some of that, it's ultramarine blue and a tiny bit of brown, and then I lightened it up with a little bit of white to make like a light blue to add the shapes of the waves on that dark blue in the background. And then I took some white that has a tiny bit of that blue in it and drew the lines on the waves, like little white lines. And then I took that phthalo blue that was mixed with that raw umber dark brown to make the dark blue spots that are in this wave. And I'm going in and filling in that dark blue at the bottom on that left-hand side of the wave, and just then I added a little bit of white to it, lightened it up, and I'm adding some white sections. I'm using a frayed brush with kind of stiff bristles to add in those whites spray, and then I'm also using a thinner brush to draw in like the white lines. I'm also getting a palette knife, covering it with white paint, and then just rubbing it flat across the canvas to make that textured look like the spray coming off the waves. Then I'm going in with the brush, blending it back in a little bit, going back with the palette knife, adding some more like spray looking, doing that on the tops of the waves. Not too fast. Then I'm going back in, adding dark again, some of that dark like ultramarine blue, brown and white, but also just the dark grayish looking. Going back with the frayed brush to add different colors and lighter colors on that left hand side of the wave. Okay, now I'm going into the sky. So I did the sky is ultramarine blue with gray. And you know, I think I said earlier that it was ultramarine blue on the dark ocean in the back, and I think that was phthalo blue. Sorry, the ultramarine blue is what I used mixed with brown for the sky, and then I used the phthalo blue mixed with brown for the dark of the waves. So anyway, I'm adding white, ultramarine blue, and brown to make that gray that's up there in the clouds. And then I'm adding white up in the corner, in the upper right hand corner, to add like a lighter part of the sky. And then I also put in a tiny bit of cadmium red just to make it pinkish looking, and then a little bit of yellow ochre to get some of almost like a yellowish color. You could use a tiny bit of cad yellow. And then I decided to make this look like the sun was kind of shining through, and the way I did that was with a dry brush, just kind of painting those sun rays coming down through the clouds. And then if it got too white, I sprayed it with water and wiped it with a paper towel and just kind of blended it so that it looks kind of like and then I drew with a fine paintbrush and white, I drew in that lightning bolt. I just decided to go ahead and put that in there too, like the first painting that I did. And adding some more white on the just to add some highlights on the tops of the clouds and kind of on the bottom of the clouds too. And then I went in with some dark paint and a fine brush, and I'm adding